not.
All right, we're back on. We're live. Hello, everyone. It's the Sports Nerds for a Tuesday, June 4th, 2024. For the time being, at least, it's just Wayne Lynch and myself. Um, it's been an eventful week, but yet it's not been an eventful week. I mean, there's really not a whole lot going on tonight, Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Um,
yes, it's a dead zone.
it is a dead zone, and this is the time of year where, especially regarding the NFL, it's a dead zone because the teams are about to close out training camps, or get to the point where they've got mandatory mini camps. I guess is what it is this week. There's 10 teams that started today. There's some other teams going on next week. By the end of the month, there will be nothing about the NFL until August. Believe it or not. So, um, but yeah. So, um, what we can talk about is something that's happened between Sunday and now. Justin Jefferson got paid, dude.
Bag, big bag.
Got his bag.
Reset the market for wide receivers.
Yeah. So you know what? CD Lamb must be smiling from ear to ear right now,
You
waiting
know
on
he
Jerry
is.
Jones to open up the wallet. So I need to get set up here. I gotta go there. There
The
we
person
go.
who's probably not smiling though is Higgins from Cincinnati because that means Jamar Chase is going to get the bank and he's going to probably get traded.
Or it's possible. You just, I mean, it is what it is. So,
Or
um,
they franchise tagged him, so he'll just ride out this year on the franchise
right.
tag and then get traded.
I'm getting this site set up here with me just a second. Right there, and there. Anyway, so Justin Jefferson, he gets $140 million extension
4
over,
years.
was it 3 years?
4.
4 years.
Yep.
Um, I mean, again, it resets the wide receiver salaries across the NFL. It really does. But you know what? He's worth it. He's probably the number one receiver in the NFL at this point. The problem with Minnesota, though, is making sure he's got a quarterback that can get him the ball. He's got a rookie coming in. He's got Sam Darnold in there as slated to be the starter at this point because he's got more experience than J.J. McCarthy. Um, but it is also dependent on what McCarthy does during training camp to see if he can get into that number one position. I am of the belief that McCarthy needs to sit for a year before he gets the helm. Let Sam Darnold do what he can do, see what he can do for the Vikings this year. But yeah, I mean JJ is, I mean, he's raw. He's got a
Yep.
lot of work that needs to be done.
The only way he should be playing this year is if Darnold goes down.
Correct. If he gets hurt, you're right. I agree. I totally agree.
Other than
So,
that, he should be soaking in all the knowledge that he possibly can from
yep,
what's the coach's name? Kevin O'Donnell.
yep,
Kevin O'Donnell, and of course Sam Darnold at quarterback, and whomever else may be on the team
right,
as far as backup QBs are concerned.
yep, yep. I'm with you on that. Um, but JJ deserved to get paid. I mean, he was holding out and he was getting a big. I mean, it was only a matter of time before the Vikings gave him what he was looking for, and that was a pretty good deal for him. And then today, uh, Christian McCaffrey, probably the best running back in the NFL, your boy got
Yes,
paid as well.
2 year
With
extension, 19 million per.
correct 2 year stint with 19 million over the two added years. He's gonna. I mean, basically, what it is he's gonna get 16 million this year, 16 million next year, and then the third year is like a $12 million option
Right.
for the Niners. But again, he's resetting the running back to pay. people have been complaining in the offseason about how the running backs are not getting money. They're not getting paid. They're not getting paid what they're worth because of their lack of durability. I mean, the lifespan of a running back in the NFL is about 3 or 4 years at the most, and which is why they're not getting the bag they want because it is what it is. But McCaffrey has reset the running back pay window and pay standard, and any extensions that are coming, in the future, maybe on that level, but it depends on, again, their stamina. So, I mean, but I'm sure you're happy to have him for 3 years locked up.
Oh, absolutely. And if you think about it, and of course he's been nicked up in San Francisco,
Yep.
but not nearly
like it
as
was in
bad
Carolina.
when he was in Carolina.
Not like
nearly
it was
as
in
bad.
Carolina, right? Yeah.
And also they utilize him differently in San Francisco. He's not just running the ball 30 times a game. They do have backups that can come in and spell him, and also literally you could put him in the slot or out wide at wide receiver like they've done. So he's multi-positional.
Well, not only that, I mean, the benefit being in San Francisco, he's got a better offensive line in San Francisco than he had in Carolina.
Oh, absolutely. Trent Williams by itself is a better offensive line than the whole Carolina line combined. So.
Yep. I mean, again, he's where he belongs. He's where he belongs is in San Francisco.
And don't forget the history of the families, because remember, Mike Shanahan coached his father, Ed McCaffrey.
Yep. Correct.
And when Christian was just a wee bit child, as they say, I think he was 2 or 3 when the Broncos won the Super Bowl that year.
Correct. Yes. There is a strong family connection there between the McCaffreys and the Shanahans. And that's a good thing because they know each other, and it enhances their what the hell am I looking for here? The connection, I guess you could say. So good for Christian. Kudos to JJ.
Oh, no doubt. Perfect segue when you said connection, because apparently that's what Ken is lacking.
Yes, Ken's having trouble with his T-Mobile connection in Texas. Apparently, there is an issue where T-Mobile's internet is down in North Texas, and that's the tower that Metro uses. I can't get anything right now. Well, Ken, I don't know what to tell you, brother. I'm gonna be reformatting the laptop this weekend so I can send it to you. So hopefully you'll have better luck when I send you the laptop. So anyway, we'll go on without you, Kenny. We love you. Anyway, he was managed to send me a message. I don't know if it was on his phone or what he was doing. Anyway.
Hopefully it was outside and not in his car, because we all know what happens when he's in his car.
He needs to get out of his car. Yes. We don't want to get trapped in the car. You are correct. Yes. Other stuff going on.
Caitlin Clark and her fiasco.
I'm gonna get to that because that is, I mean, the discussion has become the discussion, as some of the pundits have talked about. One of which was Dan Patrick, is also Rich Eisen, saying that the discussion has actually become the discussion.
Yep.
Regarding her. It's becoming a shit show, sideshow, whatever you want to call it. Let me go back here. Hang on a second.
By the way, either one of those two terms is highly acceptable.
Correct. Shit show and sideshow. You are correct. So Caitlin Clark is the subject of controversy only because of the fact of the hard foul that she experienced when they were playing Chicago.
Yep. Kennedy Carter.
I mean, she just freaking bull rushed her and knocked her on her ass, basically.
Yep.
And it was before the ball was tossed into the field, the court, and those actions have no business in basketball, no matter if you're WNBA or NBA. I mean, it was not a basketball play, and there was a lot of controversy regarding that. And then there was another issue regarding a player. Why can't I remember? Bear with me here a second. Oh.
Was it a couple of weeks ago with Alexa Thomas and Angel Reese when she grabbed her around her neck and basically just threw her down to the court?
I think so. Let me get to WNBA. Come on now. Are you telling me that ESPN doesn't have anything on WNBA? Come on, really?
Well, you got to go up to the little bar there and for more sports, and then pull on the scroll
there
down.
I found it. Never mind. I mean, and there's been a big fallout. I mean, the other day, what's his face from ESPN? Oh God, why can't I remember his name? God damn it. Hang on.
Give me an idea. I'll probably be able to tell you who it is.
Oh, that dumbass from 12 to 3 on ESPN. Pat, whatever his freaking name is.
McAfee?
McAfee. Thank you. He was a dumbass.
Still is.
Well, yeah, he still is.
That's not past tense. That's present.
No, that's present tense. You are correct. Pat McAfee made a comment that disparaged Caitlin Clark as that white bitch in his comments.
Unnecessary on both counts.
Unnecessary. Although he has called her and apologized personally. But you know what? That's just another way. I mean, Pat McAfee does not have any filter. ESPN should have known that when they brought him on in the first place.
Yep.
Okay. And he refuses to use any kind of filter when he's making his comments. I mean, I understand the guy brings in a lot. He brings over almost a million viewers a day on that show. But I mean, ESPN has come. I mean, it's more about the hot take than anything else. ESPN over the last few years. I mean, they're more worried. They're more concerned. They want that hot take to happen. They don't care about journalism. They don't care about making it right. They care about the friggin' hot take. Hence the fact that Greenberg is the face of ESPN in the morning. And the fact that McAfee is the face in the afternoon. They don't care about truth. They don't care about journalism. They just want that hot take. What do you think, Wayne?
Oh, I agree 100%. And you forgot one person, Stephen A.
Stephen A.
He may not be as bad as Greeny. I'm not really sure. I kind of teeter on either side of the fence, depending on what day it is and what they say. But yeah, he's right up there. The only thing Stephen A. that I really like about Stephen A. is when he goes off on the Cowboys.
Yeah, he does have great takes on the Cowboys. But Monica McNutt put him in his place the other day.
Oh, I missed that one.
Did you miss that one?
I missed that one.
He was talking about who else has been covering the WNBA other than us, or promoting women's sports other than this show. And Monica McNutt came back and said, you know what, Stephen A., you could have been doing this 3 years ago, but you weren't.
Only because of Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese,
correct,
Carmela Cardoso, Cameron Brink, all the new blood that's infused the WNBA.
I like Brink a lot. I mean, she's playing with LA, and she's a really good player.
Yeah.
She's the tall drink of water at what? She's like 6'2", 6'3". I don't know what.
Oh, she's 6'4". She's 6'4".
6'4".
Yeah.
Blonde hair.
Yeah.
She likes to show off her body too, in case you.
Yeah. You see her on draft night?
No. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh yeah, in that dress she had on. Yeah. She definitely likes to.
You know what?
Show our body.
I'm more impressed with her play than I am her body, because I'm an old man and I don't want to make it sound uncomfortable. But she's really good too. But yeah, I mean, Monica McNutt, I'm really, really getting to like her a lot, because she talks from the hip and she doesn't pull any punches. She went off on Stephen A., you could have done this 3 years ago, but you weren't doing it 3 years ago. So, But yeah, it's just the hypocrisy of ESPN. Um, I don't listen. I don't watch anything on ESPN unless there's a game going on. I
Right.
do watch the overnight Sports Center, and I actually do listen to and watch the morning show, not Greenies, but the morning show on sports radio. Uh, what is the word? What is the name of the show? It's
Which one? Unsportsmanlike with Evan
Unsportsmanlike.
Canty?
Yes, yes, I do like the back and forth on Unsportsmanlike
Yeah.
in the morning. But then I moved to at 9 o'clock. I moved to Dan to Dan, and then on noon I go to Chris Eisen. So, or Rich Eisen. So,
Right.
but it's just, I mean, Caitlin Clark is getting just bad press, and it's all the fault of the media. It's all the fault of these pundits that want to they want to have a hot take out there.
Well, I'll take it one step further, and I blame the actual WNBA itself, because now you have a boom in your product. You have growth, you have increase, you have attendance, and you're not doing anything to uh, stop this problem. And the players that are playing, whether it's resentment, jealousy because of the press that the new players are coming in, they're actually damaging their game by creating these stupid fouls, whether it's on Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark, and they're hurting their own product. So you
Yes.
want the product to be built up, but you're actually knocking it down by some of the things that you're doing on the court.
Yeah, I mean, granted, Caitlin Clark needs to learn how to take a foul because
That's true.
she's learning. I'm not against the players putting a hard foul on her as long as it's not flagrant and as long as it's not on purpose. There's Big E. Elliot, how you doing, man? Are you in the tournament? Are you in the terminal?
Yeah, I'm at gate B6 right now.
Okay, waiting on your flight.
Waiting on. Well, the flight just pulled in. They're putting the walkway through,
Okay.
attaching the walkway.
We've been talking about Caitlin Clark and the hypocrisy of the hot takes with ESPN and all the shit that's going on with her. We talked about
Yeah. Pat McAfee really stuck his foot in it, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he did.
big
Yeah,
time.
he did. We talked about McAfee as well, about calling her that white bitch.
And Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp weren't any better yesterday.
No, but you know what? I love Monica McNutt going, you know what, Stephen A., you should have done this 3 years ago. You could have been doing this.
Yeah. She put him in his place, and he didn't like it.
No, he didn't, because he was less speechless, which is amazing for Stephen A. because he usually has everything to talk about. He's got, but he was speechless.
Well, I think that ESPN bet commercial typifies what Stephen A. thinks of himself.
Oh, when they're doing pool, shooting pool,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm Stephen A. I make my own rules up. I make up my own.
I got my own rules. I make my own rules.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, he got took down a peg by Monica McNutt yesterday.
Yes, he did. And it was great for Monica. I mean, I got a lot more respect for Monica McNutt for after that comment.
And of course, Stephen A.'s butt buddy, Shannon Sharp, aka Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
Do much better.
That comment is so wrong, but no lies have been told.
Well, you know me, I'm blunt.
Right?
I don't just smoke. I am them.
I see you got the shirt on too. I'm looking forward to
the shirt
hopefully
on.
having mine in
Nice
the mail
traveling
today.
advertisement. There you go. I love that, Elliot.
Yeah.
My great big
You
fat
know me.
face on your chest. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna put it, right above my dude.
I don't care.
Well,
Your chin
hopefully
is hanging right on him.
Hopefully mine will be in the mail today when I go check it. At least so I have enough time to put it in my suitcase.
Yeah. Well, Cheryl got
There's
hers.
you right there. Check me out.
Yeah.
Well,
Then we
Cheryl
got Ken over
hers.
here.
He's happy with it.
And then down here is Mr. Olsen with his Oilers hat on.
Yep.
Sheila in the house. Hi, Sheila. Good to see you.
And then, of course, me, Big E.
Good afternoon, evening, Sheila.
Hey, Sheila, what's up? So anyway, trying to make this bigger so I can see.
There you go.
Oh yeah, yeah. You succeeded.
Not that close,
But now
dude. Jesus Christ, you're ugly as hell. Give me a break.
I can't. Have you looked in the mirror lately? Because that's
I
the true
know, right?
definition of ugly. I'm ugly at the moment. You have that curse
I'm ugly all
24/7.
the time. Yes, sir. I know. Yeah, I'm ugly all the time. Yeah, I get it. So we've been talking about the
Justin getting his
the
bag.
contracts that JJ got yesterday, and then McCaffrey got today, which I'm sure you're happy about McCaffrey's contract extension.
Well, who wouldn't be?
Right.
Besides the teams, the NFC West, the Dallas Cowboys, and the rest of them fools.
Right. But he reset the running back limit. He reset the running back money too.
Well, yeah, he set the bar now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like JJ set the wide receiver bar, which is like Brandon Ayuk is going to be like
$140 million. Are you freaking kidding me?
Well, now the 49ers know what they're going to have to pay Ayuk in order to retain his services.
Or let him go.
Or trade him.
Yeah, because
not just Ayuk. What is Jerry Jones going to do in Dallas about CeeDee Lamb?
Well, now he knows the bar. So if he's all in, he's going to pay it. If not, then we're going to find out what all in actually means in Texas.
Right.
That means I'm just blowing smoke and really didn't have a plan in the first place.
Correct.
That's what it sounds like if he doesn't do it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, come on. His major move this season was to bring back Ezekiel Elliott. Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. His major move was to re-sign the long snapper.
Yeah, the long snapper. Yeah, that was the big one. Yeah. Oh, we lost Elliott.
Oh, we lost him.
But
that was Jerry's major move, re-signing the long snapper.
Correct. All right. So there he is. Come on, Elliott, come back here. There he is. Stay connected, Elliott. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is working over there.
No, I just hit the end button by mistake.
Oh, okay.
I'm not in Texas, so the Wi-Fi is good.
Yeah, as opposed to what Ken's going through right now.
And there's no chance I'm gonna lock myself in the car either.
What are your thoughts on the Caitlin Clark situation? Depending on what Stephen A. had to say, as far and Pat McAfee had to say yesterday as well.
Well, here's the thing. I think Mike Greenberg said it best when he said, "I will not pretend to jump into a conversation I know nothing about. I have not followed the WNBA. It's been around for 25 years, and I have not covered it nearly as much as NBA, NFL. So I will not speak out of turn the way my colleagues chose to do so."
Right.
Okay. If you're not watching the games and if you're not paying attention to the league, I agree with what Rebecca Lobo and Monica McNutt had to say this morning. You shouldn't be commenting, because what's happening is that the media is taking one play and trying to make the entire league pay for it by using words like assault.
Yep.
That doesn't shed a good light.
The Chicago Sun-Times is the one that brought that up to begin with, and that was the wrong comment. It's not.
I'm very disappointed in Angel Reese for her comments.
Yep.
The chick Kennedy, whatever her name is, Carter or
Kennedy Carter.
Yes.
Yeah. She was classless.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't a basketball play, dude. It was not a basketball play at all.
No, it wasn't. And they changed it to a flagrant one and whatnot. But I'm just saying, Kennedy Clark, or Carter, should I say, is basically a product of her coach, because her coach didn't come out and show herself to be anything of value herself.
Well, Kennedy Clark has a
Teresa Witherspoon.
Yeah, Kennedy Clark actually has a history of being a classless individual to begin with.
Kennedy Carter,
she's been on.
She looks like a few girls I knew back in the hood.
Oh boy,
you know what I'm saying? that wanted to beat up on white girls.
That can't be good. If you're back talking about the hood, Elliot, it can't be good.
Well, that's what she looks like. She's from, And then Angel Reese talking about it's not about one person because it's about me too. And I'm like, well,
Guess
if
what,
it's not about
Angel?
one person, why are you trying to make it about yourself?
And again, Angel, no, not. By the way, if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, you wouldn't have eyes on you to begin with. Caitlin Clark was the trigger. I'm sorry.
And you know, I understand people have been throwing the word jealousy out there and whatnot. And I don't think it's jealousy. I think it's heat of the moment. But when you're classless, you tend to take heat of the moment a little too far.
And what about resentment? What do you think about that?
I don't think it's resentment. I just think it's envy more than anything else.
Right, because she's bringing the big money in. She's got a 10-figure deal with Nike, and the rest of them just, I mean, they're just.
And the comment that McAfee made yesterday about her being a white bitch playing for Indiana, that was classless all in itself. And people are wanting ESPN to do away with the Pat McAfee show.
They're not going to do it because he's got too many viewers.
Pat McAfee tends to, and he doesn't listen to the executives either. Well, you know what's going to happen is you're going to start losing viewership amongst all of ESPN, and then what?
Exactly. You may have
go
it for
back
because
show,
eventually
you're have it for everybody.
You're going to go back to being your own self on YouTube and not.
Eventually, ESPN. Yeah. Eventually, everyone will tire of it. ESPN did it for viewership. Why? Because their viewership was suffering at the time.
Yep.
That's why they wound up firing 20 people just so they could pay Pat McAfee.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Careful what you ask for, careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And that's what they're getting.
Yep.
Pat McAfee's no journalist. He's a shock jock, basically.
Yeah. Well, class.
And what does he know about any sport? What does he know about any sport other than football? Which, I mean, as a punter, you don't need to know a lot about the game anyway.
Right. Right.
You know, Pat McAfee made it to where he's at because of people like Peyton Manning.
Right.
So I like Pat in the beginning. I think he's starting to get himself in trouble at the WWE announce table too.
Yeah.
With some of his commentary and the way he be calling people out, the execs of WWE out.
He needs to get over himself and be humble, which he's not doing at all.
Oh, you can forget that.
I mean, come on. He's got about as much chance of being humble as Stephen A. Smith.
This is true, too.
Okay. Can you imagine if they did a show together? Oh, my God. Mike Greenberg would quit.
Greeny is the face of ESPN right now, and he's not going anywhere.
And you know what? Lately, I've actually began to grow fond of him because he tells it like it is. And he doesn't overblow things. He gets a little crazy sometimes, but that's just Greeny.
Well, that's his jet. That's his jet homerism too.
Oh, yeah. His self-deprecation is phenomenal because he likes to talk about himself more than anything else, but in a negative way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love when the basketball players come on because then he gets this little platform that he has to stand on, so he feels just as tall as they do.
Well, you know what? That was part of his shtick when he was with Mike Golick too. Those guys.
Well, yeah.
They had a great rapport back and forth because Golick was always smacking him down, putting him in his place, and it was all in good humor. It wasn't negative. It was just Golick being Golick.
And he's a diehard of the best nature. You know what I'm saying? He's not hypocritical like Stephen A. Smith is with his fake ass Nick fandom. Okay.
Yeah.
He's not fair weather like a lot of these other announcers and stuff. Look, if you're gonna be an announcer, journalist, whatever it is you want to call yourself, you shouldn't comment and be biased one way or the other.
Correct.
Okay. I can appreciate that he wants to tell people that he's from New York and nobody could tell him otherwise. Well, you know what, Stephen A? I think you're a legend in your own mind and bigger than what you actually are.
Couldn't agree more.
And Monica McNutt, I'm telling you what, dude. She put a hit on him like Caitlin Clark got hit the other day. You know?
Well, what she said was true, though. So, I mean, you know.
Well, yeah, she didn't speak nothing. She didn't speak no lies. There was no misinterpretation as to what she was saying. It's just Stephen A. didn't like the fact that somebody actually put him in his place.
Called him out and shut him
Well,
down.
and
I mean,
actually,
how often does Stephen A. clown on Molly and some of the other female, you know, uh, journalists and stuff like that?
yep.
It's like, dude, you're classless, and all the money in the world isn't going to change that.
Well, and he treats his show like his shit don't stink.
Yeah, until Kevin Garnett put him in his place the other day.
What happened with that? I didn't see that.
Oh, what he was saying that the Knicks needed to get rid of Randall and this and that, and Kevin Garnett blew him out of the water on that one.
Good.
You know,
I may have
KG
to
wasn't
go back.
playing.
I may have to go back and try to find that on
I
YouTube.
may have to
I
find
missed
that
that.
Yeah.
myself. I would love to
Go,
see it.
yeah, go to Stephen A. Smith show with Kevin Garnett,
That was
and you're gonna get a kick out of how he put Stephen A. in his place. Stephen A. was almost starting to cry.
nice. And then Monica McNutt shut him up. He just was speechless. He couldn't come back to her at all about what she said.
Well, he couldn't, and that made him saltier than ever because no matter how much he talks about his sisters and his mom and respect for women, he ain't got none of that.
Right. Right.
Stephen A., like I said, I make my own rules.
There
Well,
you go.
that's who you are. You're a rule breaker and a rule maker. Only thing is that your rules don't impress nobody. So I mean that commercial is about as bad as Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and what's his name, Holmgren, the
Chad
AT&T
Holmgren.
commercial.
Yeah, please don't bring that up again. That is horrible.
So
So it looks like my boarding is going to take place about 10 minutes before the show is over.
that's all right. We're probably going to wrap it up here because there's not a whole lot going on other than what we're talking about. So
We can't. We still got to talk about Tucupita Mercado.
yeah,
getting banned for
Marcano got a
life.
lifetime ban for betting on Major League Baseball.
Oh, another one?
Yep,
Yeah, I saw
another
that.
one. Yeah.
I got exactly 20 minutes, so we can do 20 more minutes and I'm good.
The infielder placed hundreds of bets on baseball, including wagers on games involving the Pirates when he was with the team last season. Marcano placed 387 baseball bets totaling more than $150,000 in October of 22 and from last July through November with a legal sports book.
And who is he?
He plays for San Diego. Well,
Who
before
is
he
he,
got
though?
banned, he played
Who
for
is he,
Pittsburgh
though?
last year.
Because I never heard his
Mercado.
name until now.
Yeah. He's a baseball
Marcano
player.
is currently a member of the Padres. He was found to have placed 231 Major League Baseball related bets, including 25.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking what he's done. I don't want his rap sheet. I'm just saying, who is he in the world of baseball?
Oh, I know what answer you're looking for. A nobody.
Exactly.
Just like Javante Porter in Toronto, who happens to be Michael Porter Jr.'s brother.
Right.
He got banned from basketball.
Right.
It's usually the nobodies.
Yeah, a
Because
nobody.
they think they could. Because first of all, they ain't got no money, and second of all, they're trying to slide through and go unnoticed because they think the stars are getting all the magnification on them.
And while
But
we're on baseball,
lo and behold, these
Mitsuhara
leagues monitor that stuff.
Mitsuhara pleaded guilty.
But yeah.
What else was he going to plead? The only other thing he could have done was outed Ohtani.
But Ohtani
If he had the
was a victim. They're saying Ohtani was a victim in this case. He wasn't.
Yeah, you know what? We'll
When it
see
comes-
next week when the see next weekend when the Dodgers come to town and we sweep their asses in 3 games.
Well, because Ohtani is quote unquote the face of Major League Baseball, they're not going to do anything to Ohtani. Come on, no matter what
He's not the face of my Major League Baseball.
No, he's not. Aaron Judge is. I know that, Elliot.
Exactly. The number one team in baseball right now. Him and Soto. They're a two-headed monster.
So, but yeah, I mean that's what's going on in baseball. Not a whole lot else going on. But
Stanley Cup doesn't happen until this weekend, so there's really nothing to talk about there.
How's that one pitcher for the Cubs?
The NBA finals start Thursday, and the NHL finals start Saturday.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do we have predictions for each series or no?
I got to take Florida at the Stanley Cup.
I look at it this way. I want to see what happens in game one of either series.
Yeah.
Because that will probably set the tone for what the rest of the series is going to be like. I do believe that Dallas has somewhat of a chance.
Yep, I do too.
But a lot of things have to fall correctly for them for it to be possible.
Right. Well,
as far as Florida, Edmonton, hey, you know what? Everybody was counting Edmonton out all the way through.
Yep.
And there they are.
Well, I'm going to count them out here, but the contrast in styles to me in the Stanley Cup is fascinating because Edmonton, you got speed and finesse versus Florida just going to bulldoze you and just try to just grind you out.
Right. But you know what? I'm going to take your predictions with a grain of salt because we know what happened last time you made a prediction on here.
Well, I only make predictions on games I don't care about.
Well, you've been making predictions. You were making predictions earlier about the Braves, and they're not doing so hot right now, are they?
Well, I didn't know Spencer Strider was going to blow out his arm and Acuna was going to blow out his knee. So there you go. But if you want to live on past history, last time Acuna blew out his knee, Braves won the World Series. So
I don't think that's happening this year.
Long as we don't win the division, we got a chance. That's like the President's Trophy.
There you go. What do you think the impact that Porzingis coming back for the final is going to make on that series?
I think that's going to be the tipping point.
It has the potential to be the tipping point. I just think, remember that there's been a couple guys that got calf strain injuries that didn't come back to be what they were before the injury.
Yeah.
Practices and stuff like that don't replace game action. So we'll have to see how Porzingis' calf holds up.
Right.
Especially when he's got to contend with three big guys in Dallas that are relentless.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to look to try to wear Porzingis out.
Right.
And Porzingis is going to try to play Karl Anthony Towns, and that you saw how that happened last series.
Yep.
We all saw how that went.
But Porzingis is a better shooter, and and then two, I think they'll limit his minutes.
And again, if he's not full minutes, then that kind of leaves an opening. You know?
Exactly.
I think the big thing is how do Derek White and Drew Holiday contest Doncic and Irving? That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah,
and if Doncic outplays Tatum, it's possible that Dallas could pull it out. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
What's amazing is that every statistical category, offensive, defensive, or whatever, is being led by Luka Doncic.
Luka's a wild card in this because of his rapport with Kyrie. If those two can work together and get some points down, they can do some damage, and they can actually. I mean, they're saying that those two guys are the best backcourt in the NBA right now. As far
I'm not saying they had this discussion last week about whether they're the best backcourt. They're probably the best scoring backcourt in the NBA.
Yes.
I wouldn't say overall best, but the best.
They both have a 3-point game, because either one can score from 3-point range. But you know what? Kyrie is his old self. He's like the Kyrie from Cleveland in 2016.
And what makes that dangerous is that Kyrie has championship pedigree in his resume.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Again, I think in all actuality, I think it's the bench play that's going to make a difference in this series. How do the subs and the role players step up?
Yeah.
You know,
it's possible that both these series are going to go 7 games, and that's going to be great for both leagues.
If they both go 7, that'd be great. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it'll extend our time a little bit with playoff sports before we have to pack it in for 2 months.
Yeah, because July is not going to be. We're not going to have anything to talk about in July, guys. It's going to be.
Well, I think the NBA talks for trades and stuff like that heats up in July right after
Right.
the draft.
Right.
And NFL is starting to transition or prepare for the preseason in August.
Yep.
So it's not going to be much of a lull in between there.
Right.
Like I said, I'm looking forward to the NBA draft at the end of the month.
I want to see where Bronny goes because Bronny stayed in the draft. I want to see who drafts him. If he goes in the.
Well, right now it says that the Knicks are trying to make moves to move up so they can take Bronny.
Well, and the Lakers got the 17th pick, and they're talking about the Lakers taking Bronny at the 17th pick, which would be stupid.
Well,
if they
again,
wish to pick there, that's fine.
Again, the Los Angeles Lakers could have Bronny James, LeBron James, whatever. They're not winning a championship in that Western Conference.
No, they're not.
Okay.
There's too much talent in the Western Conference for LeBron to be able to pull it by himself.
Well, they're better teams in the Western Conference overall. It's kind of like I said the other day, the same thing in football with the AFC having 11 starting quality quarterbacks,
Yep.
where the NFC has maybe 2 or 3.
Right. Right.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, everybody likes to play couch GM at this point of the season, at this point in time, because I'm hearing like murmurs about LeBron and KD going to the Knicks.
Yeah, well, I don't know about LeBron going to New York.
Run that by me again. LeBron and KD going to the Knicks
with Bronny. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen.
No,
I don't want any of it. To be honest with you, I'd rather keep Randall and maybe try to get somebody else that isn't so expensive.
And Brunson.
Well, Brunson's staying. I'd like to get that kid. I'd like to get that kid Mikal Bridges.
From Villanova. Get the crew back together for Villanova.
Get the Villanova 4 going instead of the Villanova 3. But they could pick up something in the draft too. They got back-to-back picks, I think 24th and 25th. So that could be some leverage for them to pick somebody else. I heard also that there's a possibility that the Knicks could trade Mitchell Robinson to Golden State and get Gary Payton, Moses Moody, and Gary Payton II.
Okay.
And you know that Golden State is starving for a big man.
You know what, though? All those guys are past their prime. Even Steph is, he's still got a deadly shot, but even Steph is past his prime. And I mean, that
well, the wheels haven't fallen off yet.
No, they haven't, but they're close.
They're getting wobbly.
Yeah, they are. But nothing lasts forever, right?
Right. All right, Elliot, you're about to board. I'm going to let you go. We're going to get out of here. Have a safe trip. All right. Stay in touch. Let us know when you touch down and when you get to where you're going.
I will send a message to the chat room.
I appreciate it. All right.
Letting everybody know that I made it.
Yep.
It'll probably be 3 o'clock in the morning over here when I do.
All right. I'll catch it in the morning. I don't care. Whatever it is.
Yeah. I'll be up.
Yeah. Well,
but I definitely see you. I'll see you guys Thursday.
All right.
And I did manage to put the intro and outro on a flash drive so I can play it on my Surface.
I like that.
Nice.
All right. So you see you guys on Thursday night at 7 o'clock for our Thursday night show. Elliot, fly safe. And good luck in what you're looking for out there as far as a home is concerned.
Hey, you know what? I'm feeling really good because I paid off my truck today.
There you go. Nice. Nice.
No more car payments.
Nice. Even better.
Yeah. 25 grand gone. See ya.
I got you. All right. We're going to call it a night. The sports nerds are out. We'll see you Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And take care and peace out. See you.